because these aren't labeled, I can't see what these are. Alan, you gotta like, okay, that's not that.
Yeah, if I had time,
you label.
I was busting my ass all morning because I had
Here's what will help me. Label the names. Just name it real quick. Then I'll just see it.
You know how hard it is to get picture
every time. Yeah, it's called show prep. How do you think I line up the interviews and do all this other stuff?
Yeah. And I do nothing. I have a website to run.
I'm not
you know how
nothing. I'm not saying you do nothing. I'm saying help us. I'm trying to help us. It's too early in the morning. Get going. Alan has to get here.
I'm really busy at the moment with Dr. Doom, but I'll say it. Alan.
You're here. Finally.
So is Dr. Doom gonna be in Endgame, or is he appearing at the end of it?
Oh, I've got some news actually. I heard something. Someone I know saw a rough cut of the trailer for Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
We might talk about it next week if I get more info. But it's I hate to say this. I don't hate to say it. It sounds good. It sounds good. So
yes, the trailer sounds good. I mean,
the trailer sounds good for a movie.
Yeah.
Trailers are mostly pretty good. You know,
like the only faith I have in that movie is the fact that the Russo brothers are in charge.
Yes, but they've made a lot of crap.
They made two of the best Marvel movies ever.
Yes,
no, they made four of the best Marvel movies ever.
They're good when it comes to Marvel movies.
And what are they making? They're making a Marvel movie.
Making a Marvel movie. We'll see. But it's early in the morning. I want to thank you for being here on a Friday. So happy Friday, everybody. Alan and I are here early. We'll probably do this again in 3 weeks. We are part of an organization called the CCA. They have an honorary luncheon.
Critics Choice Association.
Critics Choice Association. And there's a luncheon honoring, they do the Latino celebration of cinema and television. They do the Asian or AAPI. Someone asked me, what does AAPI even stand for?
Exactly. We're reduced to letters now. We're LGBT.
The Asian celebration of cinema and television. Then they do the Black awards for cinema and television. And then they do the white awards. So now it's just the normal awards, I guess. But it's so funny because someone says, whenever I hear like someone in public say unironically white guy, I'm like, what kind of white guy? French Canadian, German, British, Scottish, Italian. Are Italians considered white? I don't know. I really don't like all this. Let's separate into groups, but it's a way to monetize awards and whatever. I think the more awards, the better.
Everyone gets an award.
Everyone gets an award these days.
Yeah.
So there you go. I want to make an announcement. We are doing a Halloween special next week. Alan and I will be in costumes. And I don't know what Alan told me
I don't know what
for a costume. Your idea for a costume is great, but we are doing on Halloween a Halloween watch party for the movie The Quantum Devil, an award this winning movie. A warning, it's gory and there's nudity. Now, we are showing the movie in its entirety and we blurred the nudity. Although I'll just say, because having seen the blurriness, you can kind of still see some stuff, but so you're warned. But it's a Halloween watch party. We uploaded the video already to play on Halloween Live. We already got demonetized, so and we won't be live, but you can live chat in there. So join us on Halloween. Watch The Quantum Devil along with the cast and from all over the world. We couldn't get everybody together on Halloween, so we pre-recorded it. So please check out The Quantum Devil. Also, let's see who's here because it's early. I don't even know if everybody's here. Let's go.
I know. Movie Buff just became a new member.
Thank you for that. And if you're a new member, check out the members only videos. I uploaded the videos of Alan from the Newport Beach Film Festival. He may not have been drunk because Alan doesn't drink, but I do. So make of that what you will. It's our shenanigans in Newport Beach.
Quite frankly, you did the better performance.
Yeah, sure.
At the festival than I did.
And then there's a full 1 hour Q&A with Ryan Johnson at the festival for an hour. Should I film the whole thing? I filmed the whole thing. He talks about Star Wars. He talks about Knives Out. He talks about his early career. Really interesting interview.
Yeah. And what doesn't he talk about? The movie we had just seen.
Yeah, like barely anything about it.
MK Solid, happy Friday, guys. I had a terrible dream that Alan was fighting off a mob of Disney adults in his boxer shorts.
Well, that does happen, and I've had the same dream.
Yeah. I dream about me too. And me as well. Sons and Shadows, 4-year anniversary of our show and channel. Also a birthday this weekend. What a trip. Congratulations.
Congrats, Sons and Shadows. I think you and I are going to be meeting about something secret in a bit. Don't mention it. But
I forgot that your show is longer than ours.
Yeah.
Okay. Olo Liukui, Shout Factory. Dearest Physical Forever Club membership, I wanted to let you know that the Physical Forever Club membership program will be coming to an end soon.
Is that true? Also, I love Shout Factory. They have been doing live streams of like Godzilla movies and all kinds of other stuff. They're posting movies on YouTube like Saturn 3 with Kirk Douglas and Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Oh yeah.
So check out the Shout Factory channel, but that doesn't surprise me. Farrah unfortunately.
Farrah Fawcett. Mad Dog 999. What's your thoughts on Task? I personally like TV more than movies. I guess that might come from reading books more time. But anyways, are you guys reading anything you recommend? Cheers. Have a good day.
Thank you for that, Mad Dog. That's generous. Last book I read was Project Hail Mary. I thought it was great. What I tend to do is this. I read a fiction book, then a nonfiction book, like a work efficiency book, like The 4-Hour Work Week or The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. It helps me just figure out how I can juggle all the crap that I do and actually cobble together a living. So I do. And one of the best books of that I read was The No Asshole Rule, which is about how you hire people in your organization.
Mm-hmm.
And if you read that book, probably you are the asshole. So I've read it. I'm waiting for Alan to make a joke. He's not. That was a setup.
You've made the joke already.
I made the joke before you did. The obvious one. Anyway, so yeah, Project Hail Mary. I understand that I haven't read the Harry Potter books, but there is an audio book for Harry Potter coming out where it's performed.
Yeah,
they hire actors to do the voices. So I can't wait. I read Dune many times, both read it and audiobook. And the new version of the Dune audiobook has performances. They have like someone perform Baron Harkonnen. They have Lady Jessica, a female voice. And then one of the best was The Secret History of Star Wars as an audiobook. It's like 30 hours, but it's everything you ever wanted to know about Star Wars, how it was developed. So thank you, Mad Dog. That's great. I'm very well listened. I'm an audiobook fan.
All right. Well, Tyler Disney comes in with $5. Hi, Chris and Alan. And Tyler, 10:30 over at the Four Seasons.
I'll be there at 10:30. I took a shower before the
I gotta
show.
leave immediately.
Yes,
right at
9 a.m. Alan has a hard out at 9 a.m. I'll be doing a short interview. It'll be we're gonna give you the full show. But I know a lot of you watch G&G Daily, as I do. I am a viewer of G&G Daily. Maybe watch them later, or when they're reading super chats, watch us, then go over to watch their news, whatever. I hate that when there's like two streams I like at the same time. So there you go. We
Well,
will
maybe we
be
should
dressing.
cross streams at some point.
We could cross streams. We are dressing up for Halloween Press M to start. We're doing it. I have a couple options for costumes. I want to see what Alan does.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go to Spirit Halloween.
No,
and look
Alan,
and see what I can afford.
No, get that. All you need, you know what you need. Just get that, and then you can wear it again in December. I'm not going to say anything.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna spoil one.
Spoil.
Because first of all, December is going to be a 7-hour stream.
Oh my. Okay, it's literally you can get it on Amazon.
Well, I know I can get that on Amazon, but I got to find something new. Maybe I'll
the World Series starts today, which is perfect timing to go to shop.filmthread.com.
So who's in the World Series? I'm sorry, dumb question.
The Dodgers.
Okay, look, I've been with the Dodgers for 2 World Series. I'm out. I'm done.
All right. Well, Lord Thoth says like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch. Shop.filmthreat.com. The Dodgers are playing, and that's whatever.
Look, nothing will surpass the Dodgers 1988 World Series. I'll just say that.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
Your buddy Kirk Gibson.
I do. Wait, and so I have this jersey.
Yeah.
I'll probably wear it later. So there you go.
Yeah.
Pick one up. And also our Spirit of Halloween collection. One more week, you can get these shirts. So pick up one of our shirts from the Spirit of Halloween collection at shop.filmthreat.com. Thank you, Lord Thoth. We appreciate you. I think it's a very special Halloween show a week from today. And then we'll do in the morning Halloween show. Then the Halloween watch party on Friday night, October 31st. So
by the way,
who
are the Dodgers playing?
It's you know what? I have no idea.
Who knows? Who cares?
All right, come on. We have a lot of news to get to, and then we have a lot of films to review. We have an interview today as well. We're reviewing Frankenstein, Queens of the Dead, Shelby Oaks, Chainsaw Man, Begonia. I don't know. We might not get to all of these now that I look at this. And then we're interviewing Long Shadows director William Shockley. But let's go.
It's showtime.
Amazon paid $20 million for creative control of the James Bond franchise. So creative control is concerning because we've all seen what happened. The Daniel Craig movies, I honestly like Daniel Craig as Bond. But what's sad to me is this is from Deadline. Alan, I know you have a story about, you've got the story from,
I've done notes for this story. Yes,
got notes, but I just want to say I'm concerned. I'm concerned because of modern filmmaking and what it's done to major male franchises. We saw what happened when Disney bought Marvel. It progressively became more and more feminized. We saw what happened when the Star Wars sequels came out via Kathleen Kennedy, which was also purchased by Disney. And that became feminized. I really think it's the culture. You can come in and for a little bit, you get to make the films your way, and they progressively become more progressive and feminized. And I believe coming from Amazon and what I know how the company is run and their policies internally, this will probably happen. And even though Denis Villeneuve is going to direct this, debut of this new debut of Bond with a new Bond, I'm told that they're looking at Jacob Elordi, who played the monster, the creature in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. They're looking at him to play Bond.
Is he British?
Just a rumor.
Is he British?
Just a rumor.
Is he British?
I only care that he's British. All I'm saying is that a lot of people say, you know, Dune Part 1 was probably their favorite because it was more faithful to the books. Dune Part 2, while I loved a lot about it, it changed too much from the books. And it created an unnecessary, unnecessary rift between Paul and Chani, which I don't like, which will have ramifications in Dune Part 3, which is not called Dune Messiah. So, Alan, what do we get from this story?
All right. Sorry, just checking. Here we go. Amazon MGM Studios takeover of the James Bond franchise costs far less upfront than many expected. A new UK earnings filing from Eon Productions revealed that Amazon paid just $20 million for its initial stake in 007, far from the widely rumored $1 billion price tag. The total consideration for the sale amounted to $20 million US. Eon, run by Barbara Broccoli, Michael G. Wilson is not handing over Bond for only $20 million. Sources say the arrangement is a joint venture with Amazon holding majority control and Eon receiving additional compensation over time, including other financial structures that may involve bonuses or stocks. The $20 million is believed to be an upfront payment, but not full value. Amazon received Eon's stake in the Bond franchise, all associated assets, and Eon subsidiaries. Company used to produce Spectre and No Time to Die. The deal officially closed in February 20th of this year and was kept quiet for a month. Amazon did not buy Bond outright for $1 billion. Instead, it paid $20 million to start and gained creative control and entered a long-term joint venture with Eon and will continue earning money as the franchise moves forward.
Well, what are your thoughts, Alan? I kind of gave you my thoughts up front.
Yeah. Okay, so he's Australian, Jacob Elordi.
He can do an accent.
Yeah, but James Bond needs to be British. That's
I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think Batman should be American.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ben Affleck. Okay, so
Christian Bale, the best Batman, is British.
Yeah. All right, so let me tell you what I think. It doesn't matter because they already ruined it with Daniel Craig.
Right.
You know, everything I loved about Bond is not in the Daniel Craig movies.
Yeah.
You know, so to say that they're going to make it worse or Amazon's going to make it worse, well, can you make it worse than what they did? How they ended it?
Right.
Spectre. Is there no worse Bond movie than Spectre? So it's like the bar is so low, and then maybe Amazon MGM has learned the lessons of go woke, go broke, and they'll fix it. But you know, I did check out of James Bond with Daniel Craig because look, how do you beat Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan? You know, there are things about those movies that attracted young teen boys like I did, and they just removed all of that.
I mean, GoldenEye, which is a
Mhm.
beloved Nintendo 64 game.
Yeah.
GoldenEye is great. Go back and rewatch it. It's awesome. Just do all the tropes. Sexy women, Bond being a man.
Yeah.
Do it.
Look, I clearly this movie is not the best one, but I have seen it more than any other Bond movie, and that's A View to a Kill.
Oh, God.
Tanya Roberts, you got Grace Jones, and then after that, even I forgot the one with Michelle Yeoh and Terry Hatcher, but I do love that one. Even the early Bond, it was just sexy ladies, seduction, cool gadgets, and we just, you know, Daniel Craig, I appreciate what they were trying to go for, a more grounded Bond, but it just didn't work. Can we revert to the old form?
I think they'll go younger on Bond.
That's fine.
I think they'll go younger. I have one note. Here's how you fix it. Period. Peace. Set it during the Cold War in the 60s. Do it like they not like they did the Fantastic Four, but in that, not like they did it. I thought it was kind of cheesy, but just do a period piece. Make it a period piece. That way you can have tropes, make fun of tropes, have sexy women, have Bond girls with proper names like Xenia on the top.
Or Anita Mandablow.
Yeah, just come on. Proper Bond girl names. Bring them back. Just the audience will love you for it. It'll be huge. So, yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah. By the way, tomorrow never dies. That's what chat. Thank you, chat, for that.
We've got one more news story before we get to our extensive reviews today. Michael B. Jordan is in early talks to star in the Miami Vice movie. I love this. Michael B. Jordan, was great in Sinners. He was so good they put him in it twice, playing brothers. But Smoke and Stack. So from Deadline, Michael B. Jordan in early talks to star in Miami Vice at Universal. This is great. Here he is. That's great. Right next to Philip Michael Thomas from Miami Vice. And who's directing? Joseph Kosinski? Is that what's happening here? This could be awesome. It could be serious. It could also be a period piece. Make it in the 80s. Go full on with music and clothes. I love this because Michael B. Jordan, like in the Creed films, is so good. He's a really good serious actor who can run the gamut. I love it. I love it. Obviously, he can do action, but what else is in this story, Alan?
Right.
Is there more than just a rumor?
Yeah, I'm excited because they're going to bring pastels back, which is awesome. Universal and director Joseph Kosinski are moving forward with their new Miami Vice film, and Michael B. Jordan is now in early talks to star as Detective Ricardo Tubbs. While no deal has been finalized, insiders say Jordan is interested and actively engaged after the studio adjusted the production schedule to fit his 2026 availability. The movie is set to hit theaters August 6, 2027. Happy birthday to me. The film will revisit the glamour and corruption of 1980s Miami, drawing inspiration from the original NBC series. Kosinski will direct, Eric Warner Singer and Dan Gilroy will write the script, and it'll be produced with Kosinski's buddy Dylan Clark. The original Miami Vice, created by Anthony Yerkovich and producer Michael Mann, made cultural waves in the 80s, turned Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas into TV icons. Jordan's potential casting has been rumored for months, but sources say the official offer only went out recently after the studio worked around his upcoming directing work on the Thomas Crown Affair. The search is now underway for an actor to play Sonny Crockett, Tubbs' legendary partner.
Ryan Gosling.
Who
knows? I love this idea. I think it'll be a hit. But here's also another idea. Do we have to keep remaking these things? Remaking TV shows, rebooting movies, making Bond. Well, Bond, I don't mind.
Yeah, but by the way, this is the second movie reboot.
The second reboot of Miami Vice. Right, yeah. The one with Colin Farrell.
Yeah, and Jamie Foxx.
Right. That one, yeah, I did not love that.
Poop the bed.
Yeah, it was not good. So I love this idea, but I think even more excited than the cast, Kosinski. That guy he knows what audiences want, from Top Gun Maverick to F1. He makes spectacle. He takes the subject matter seriously. He says something new without depending on nostalgia. Kosinski really is the guy in Hollywood at this point.
He's on a good streak. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And having seen F1 twice in a theater, and I'll probably see it again. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he'll come back. Like, he's the guy to do this. So I'm excited. Alan, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, my choice for Sonny Crockett, Randall Park.
What? That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Let's race swap this thing while we're at it. Yeah, I'll just speak in general. We've gotten to a point where we're doing stories on speculation, on casting and things like that. But
Well, if you don't have any
like
thoughts,
you said,
we can just go to comments.
I know, but like you said,
thoughts.
it's like, let's do something original at some point. Okay, let's go to comments. Graph Web for 2. For fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. Press M to start for 10. Controversial director Yasuomi Umetsu is making a new anime called Virgin Punk. Trailer looks great. Apparently, it's a standalone movie that doesn't connect to his other work, Kite and Mezzoforte.
Well, thank you. Press M to start. That's great. Make new stuff.
I wish I knew what that meant.
You should look at the trailer. Lori, if we have time.
For Virgin Punk?
Virgin Punk.
Okay.
Yeah, find that trailer. Cool. Thank you. Press M to start for the heads up. And from the top here.
And yes, Bill S. Preston Esquire. Bond's actor doesn't have to be British. Lazenby was Australian. Brosnan was Irish.
Yeah, thanks, Bill, for pointing that out and backing me up.
So technically, the next Bond could be Canadian, if we're going on that.
Canadians are.
I'm just saying the territories of Great Britain. JWT 6577. Both Bond and Jack Ryan should be period pieces going forward. Neither character works outside the Cold War setting.
I would agree. Those are better ways, and there'll be some sort of modern interpretation, but I prefer the period piece concept.
Yes, but Russia is now the bad guy again. And also, I don't know why they never danced around with terrorism. They had to whitewash that even as well. ADLS 24, Michael B. Jordan, the remake dude. First Creed, then Thomas Crown Affair. Now this. Oh, don't forget Fantastic Four. You're muted.
I think you're gonna see period pieces more and more as Hollywood struggles with how to deal with the modern audience, which doesn't like the movies, and the activists that work within companies that don't like anything modern and only wish to destroy old franchises. And I'm sorry, that's just a fact. I just fire those people, but I'm okay with being an a-hole to get shit done.
Oliver Lavery Farag, second reboot sounds like Miami Twice.
That's the sequel. Is Miami Twice. So, all right. We're gonna leave it there for news because we have so many films to review. And Alan, you saw this movie.
Yes, I did.
Okay. I don't know anything about Chainsaw Man except the ridiculous poster that I've seen where it's a guy with the chainsaw for head and hands. How does a person like this exist? Are they making a live action? What is Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, so I've got to say that maybe we shouldn't be reviewing these if we don't know anything about the TV series. Because I'm going in fresh, didn't know anything about it. But Chainsaw Man is basically devils are roaming the planet, roaming the earth. These devils feed on people's fear, and there are devil hunters that go out and kill these devils. So for example, if you're afraid of the dark, there's a dark devil that haunts you. And so the devil hunters go out and kill these things. That's pretty much the TV series. And this is kind of the climax of the first season, where Chainsaw Man is a devil hunter. He's in the 4th division, and he kind of going through a little bit of a crisis here. He's not sure.
Can I ask, does he look like that through the whole thing?
No, he looks like a normal human. He is combined with a devil dog, which gives him this kind of power. And so
Okay.
yeah, like I said, we gotta watch these series before
Right.
we review these movies. But what's going on here is Denji who is Chainsaw Man. He is kind of going through a crisis. He's basically enslaved to the Devil Hunter organization. He does good, but he has no freedom, and now he's kind of wondering what would the world be like if he had some freedom. And he's given some opportunities. The movie starts off by basically him dating his boss, really liking her. They go out and see a couple of movies, have a real good time. And then he meets another girl at a diner where she works, and then they really start going at it hot and heavy. They go skinny dipping, and apparently, if you don't draw the nipples, you can have nudity in your movies. And winds up that this girl basically wants to kill Denji. She is bomb devil. And the movie ends with this kind of epic battle. And ultimately, the theme of the movie is, all these devil hunters have been working for this organization, and they want to kind of taste real life. And this movie is really about them kind of breaking out once and for all, and sets up season 2.
Well, look, let me just ask. Okay,
Yeah.
so a lot of these anime series, they come out with the movie, and the movie comes out, and there's enough of an audience built from the series to have these films do very well in the theaters. But can
my
an
theater was
audience-
packed when I saw it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, can people come in blind and watch Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze arc?
I don't think so. I think you at least need to do research as to what it's happening, because I went in not knowing all this devil stuff, not knowing the importance of blood or the heart. You're just kind of in this, but I'll give credit. I love hand-drawn animation.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a hybrid here, but for the most part, this is hand-drawn animation. It just looks real good, and it really holds to Japanese anime, where the battle scenes are way over the top. This girl, Bomb Girl, she basically explodes constantly, and that's how she kills people. That's how she propels herself across the sky. She can, if she revs herself up enough, she can go almost nuclear. And a lot of, there's a lot of death and mayhem in this as well. You can see the destruction here. So it's tough for me because I don't know the series, so I don't know that I could recommend it for people, but for fans. But from the response of the audience, it sounds like fans are really into this. Season 1 apparently is about the devil hunters doing their job, and then this is kind of the season finale, where things take a turn. And so the way it's promoted is you have to see this movie in order to enter season 2.
Okay, so do you recommend Chainsaw Man
It's
weird.
For the casual,
Okay,
no. Yeah.
For the casual, it's an out. You're out.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say
you need to do research before going in.
Yeah. Well, I'll say I am a casual, and I just like when these things are standalone, but they seem to be, really popular simply because they've already built the audience from, the series.
Yeah. And this is definitely standalone in the sense that it is a transition from season 1 to season 2. So the themes are, you're not going to see a story like this within the series.
Now, conceptually speaking, I like the idea of a popular series showing a movie or an event 2-hour special episode in a theater. It's a way to, frankly, save theaters. There's a rumor that Stranger Things, they may put the final episode in theaters. You know how much money that would make? It would be it would be number 1 at the box office. Now, why? Especially when it's also free on it's on Netflix if you have an account. It's on Netflix, or you can go to the theater. It's because people want communal experiences. They want to hang with other fans. They want to, like, dress up. They want to see what other fans think. They want to feel the energy in the room, because nothing is like seeing a movie in a theater. There's a different energy. It's I mean, we were talking with Atomic Lori a couple days ago about just getting in line to buy tickets for concerts.
Mm-hmm.
You would meet other people who are fans of The Cure in line, because they were all in line at 6 a.m. because when you got up to the front, you had to pick your seats. And it was the fun of waiting in line. There's several documentaries about waiting in line for tickets for Star Wars Episode 1, like waiting for tickets, then waiting to get in. There's something about that experience. And so I applaud all the success of the anime that are based on series. Having said that, look at this model. I mean, you could take other series, put them in theaters not to promote them, like put tickets for sale. Have confidence you have a fan base that wants to go meet other fans. So it's a celebration. I
have a theory about Netflix. The reasons we're seeing more movies from Netflix in theaters is because Netflix doesn't have to advertise those movies.
Well, they've already advertised, and
no, they don't have to spend money. They don't have to spend
Correct.
money running commercials on television or running trailers in the theaters.
Right.
As you say, they have a built-in audience. Stranger Things, they don't need to advertise the fact that it's going to be in movies because fans will already know it.
Right. And yes, so K-pop Demon Hunters is coming back next week for Halloween.
And they didn't advertise it. They didn't.
It's just there. Yeah. And social media will spread the word. Mm-hmm. I frankly love this. We're a friend of, her, April Wright, does a series of documentaries on the death of shared experiences. And this could be a new rebirth. Take the best of TV and bring your series finale into theaters. Maybe do it a day or two before. So it'll be eventually on Netflix, but a week before, put it out in theaters for limited run. That would be great. Let's go to comments. And we're limiting comments today because we got so much to review.
Yeah, I got to leave in 45 minutes.
What we don't get to today, we'll get to next week. I promised. We have more than we have time for.
Mike MC Wong, people are after his heart. The boss Makima turns out to be evil in season 2. Yeah, thanks for spoiling.
Spoilers.
Thanks
Mike,
for spoiling that.
Spoilers.
He's super hot in this movie.
Damn you, Mike.
Madison Lewis saw it last night. My theater is packed. Yeah. One Punch Man Tolkien fan. You need Derek Anderson for anime stuff. Yeah,
I agree. I watched his out of the theater review. He loved it.
Maybe we'll talk about it Monday.
DA, he'll be here on Monday, I hope.
And then also from One Punch Man Tolkien fan, congrats on 150,000 subs, Film Threat. We're on the road to 169K.
That's right. Thank you, One Punch Man Tolkien fan.
We're 19,000 away from 169.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to bop around here because I don't think you and I have seen a lot of the same movies.
Not this week. No,
not this week. It's kind of crazy. So let me talk about Shelby Oaks. Shelby Oaks is a horror film directed by Chris Stuckman. And
YouTube critic Chris
Stuckman made a horror film called Shelby Oaks. He did a famous crowdfunding campaign. It was a huge crowdfunding campaign, very popular. He started making the movie and then screened it. And then Neon saw the film and said, "Hey, this has potential," and gave him a little bit more money to make the film, which I think is admirable. They saw potential, wanted to actually have him get it across the finish line.
He even got a mentor to help him make the movie.
He did get a mentor, Mike Flanagan, who helped out with the film as an executive producer, probably giving notes, who knows, whatnot. But Shelby Oaks is about a missing YouTuber. They have a channel, a YouTube channel, like, in the early 2000s, early days of YouTube, called the Paranormal Paranoids. And they're a group of ghost hunters that visit haunted sites. And the first 20 minutes of the movie or so is this kind of found footage, footage from YouTube, footage of interviews, news reports, and they all, let's say that Riley among the group disappears and the others met a bad end. But no one can find Riley, played by Sarah Dunn. Her sister, Mia, is played by Camille Sullivan. And the movie switches around 20 minutes in from, I thought it was very clever. You're thinking, oh, the whole movie's found footage. That's cool. I've seen things like this before. But it switches then to more of a traditional narrative horror film out of the found footage. Something terrible happens, and Mia receives a missing videotape, whole high 8 videotape, which was all the rage in 2008 when Riley went missing, and sees some additional footage giving clues as to what may have happened to Riley. Now, when Mia does this, Mia's covered in blood. Is the thing wouldn't you, a horrible thing happens and her sister's covered in blood and the police come all of a sudden and she's still covered in blood, which is kind of weird. Watching this tape, gets some clues as to what might have happened to Riley and goes on the hunt for her sister. She visits an abandoned prison, which was the same prison, oddly, where Shawshank Redemption was shot. Why would you go there at night? What are you doing? And she even has Mia has a husband. He just kind of disappears. They talk earlier, a little plot point, that Mia and her husband couldn't have kids and their marriage is in trouble and whatever. But come on, she goes there alone at night with a flashlight that doesn't work eventually. But I will say the tone and the scares are there are maybe too many jump scares, but the creepiness of what's in the dark. And I will say he was reserved in the way things were revealed, because you get glimpses and then nothing. And I like that. It's kind of old school. Let's not show the alien too much in Alien. And there are glimpses of that in Shelby Oaks. It's a tight, close to 90-minute movie. Keith David is in it and gives Mia some advice. I love Keith David. Just a great actor from The Thing. The Thing. And look, the worst thing I can say about this movie is it's pretty by the numbers. It's basic, right? And I know a lot of people, because Chris Stuckman, who was a co-writer and directed the film, a lot of people want to maybe shit on him. They want to, and you know what? I can't do that because I've seen the movie. It's actually very good. It's very competent. Its issue is it's very basic. I'm not surprised by this, because Chris Stuckman's taste is very basic. He wrote a book like the 50 movies you must see, or 100 movies. He wrote a book about the movies you must see, and they're all nothing special. His taste is he's very normie. And to be clear, that's okay. He has very mainstream taste. He wasn't recommending John Waters movies or movies like foreign films or underground films. His taste is pretty much runs the gamut of, is it in theaters and mainstream? I like it. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's take Chris Stuckman out of the equation. This is a horror movie you would go and see and say, oh, that was okay. And at the end of the day, it's okay. And look, it's his first feature. It got released to theaters. Kudos to him. Seriously, kudos to him to cross over and go, well, I'm covering movies on YouTube. I'm going to make a movie. He put his balls on the table and showed them to you. Okay, very graphic. Don't get that image out of your mind. But you know what? It's a decent film, competently made. The actors are very good. One of the weaknesses in a lot of first-time features are cast and location. And on that account, really good cast, solid cast. Locations, amazing. They're like, I'm being very vague about the third act. I don't want to tell you what happens. I mean, but it's very creepy. And so I gotta be honest and say, Stuckman, you did it. Good job. And let me just say this. When I made my first feature as producer and co-writer, a film called My Big Fat Independent Movie, I was inspired by Rod Lurie, someone who's been on the show. And he was a critic for Los Angeles Magazine in the 90s. And I remember having a conversation with him in like the early 2000s. We were chatting and he said, you know, a lot of people that, you know, in only the movie industry do people say, you know what, I could do that. Not in sports or politics. Like people in the media are like, you know, you can't say, oh, I could be LeBron James. I could be, you know, whatever, Jared Goff, like, you know, in sports. No, you can't. You're covering it. Same thing with politics, right? Although some people from the media have crossed over into politics, but only in film and TV, people who cover it, you know what? You can do it. And he did it. So kudos to him. Good first effort, a good movie, not a disaster. It's not bad. There's some logic things that are kind of dumb. But can I just say, I've seen worse movies, horror films by studios. So I'm sorry to tell you, folks, not bad. Good job, Stuckman. Maybe I really think the weakest part of the movie was the writing. To be fair, it was just kind of weak in that department. And he just needs to break out. And, you know, but for a first effort, got to hand it to him. So worth checking out. You know, and if you see it on streaming, I'm not going to say you have a great time, but you know, almost every horror movie I see, I'm like, why is that person making that dumb decision? Well, you're getting a lot of that here. So, I give a bare recommend and a big round of applause to Stuckman for you did it. You made a movie. Good on you. Good on you.
All right. So to sum up, good, not great, but doesn't elevate the genre.
Exactly.
All right. Rudy for 5. I've never been so angry at a horror protagonist. So many dumb moves, but it all makes sense by the end. At least that's the way I interpreted it.
Fair. Thank you, Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're being chased by an evil force, I guess you'd make dumb decisions along the way. The Dark Knight Returns. Did any of the family members get stuck in an appliance or under a bed by chance?
Yes, it was awful. Hey, DA!
Yay!
If
Hey,
you
come
say
on Monday
DA,
and talk about Chainsaw Man.
Monday, DA, we need you. I watched your Out of the Theater last night.
All right. Well, Derek says Shelby Oaks is decent enough. Good jump scares, but storytelling is kind of shaky. Good first effort.
Yeah, people are going to begrudgingly say, well, all right, Stuckman made a movie that
but you know what
very
it's jealousy because Stuckman is the first time. Hold on. Stuckman is the first time filmmaker and he got a theatrical release.
Yeah, good. More people need to do this. Be inspired by what he did. Don't just hate just for that.
Don't poop on it
Not
just
worth
because
it.
it's him. Yeah. Zoomiest. Now I can't help thinking about balls on the table.
Well, you're gonna get your balls. on the table.
Yeah, just
Hey.
imagine Chris Stuckman's balls.
Hey, Alan,
Yes.
you saw Frankenstein.
Yes, I did.
And you texted me last night something I don't know if you want to share, but
I'll share it.
Yeah, please tell us about Frankenstein. It's in theaters in limited release, and
And then it
comes
goes
on
to
Netflix November 7th. You saw Frankenstein. It's by director Guillermo del Toro. Hit me, Alan. What'd you think?
Yeah. Well, I'll just start by what I told you. I think this is the front runner for Best Picture. Of the year.
You're serious?
I'm serious. And look, I'm not going to say it's my favorite movie of the year, but what I'm saying is it checks all the right boxes. And I can't think of a movie that is in the look. This movie is bad. I'm sorry. The year is bad for movies.
You're not wrong.
The pickings are slim, and I think this movie is gonna. To me, this movie stands out above the pack at the moment. But essentially, we're telling the story of Frankenstein here. There's 3 chapters. First chapter starts with in the North Pole, where a ship is stuck in the ice. An explosion happens, and from that explosion, the men on the ship find Victor Frankenstein, played by Oscar Isaac. And as they grab him, they realize that he's being pursued by a monster, which is the monster here. And so they bring Victor onto the ship, and Victor tells his story. And so chapter 2 is basically how he got to this point, where Victor is the son of a doctor. He wants to become a doctor. He wants to defy death after the death of his mother. And so if you're familiar with the Frankenstein story, it follows that he creates the monster. And then what I think is different from most Frankenstein movies is the 3rd chapter, which comes from the monster's perspective.
Right.
And from what I understand, this movie is fairly faithful in tone and emotion to the Mary Shelley version. Because I believe in the Mary Shelley novel, the monster is very thoughtful and very, he's a person, basically.
He's not like the Boris Karloff.
Yeah, he doesn't grunt. Yeah, he's not afraid of fire.
Yeah. Fire.
Fire. Yeah. And so the best things about this movie is Guillermo del Toro. This is classic Guillermo del Toro. The world building is amazing. The production values, the sets will win him an Oscar, at least for that. It's a beautiful movie. And then, like Guillermo del Toro, he takes the emotion of the story, and that's the 3rd act. This is a very emotional story. It's not a monster movie, so to speak. I don't want to reveal too much. You probably, if you've read the book, you understand, but it goes in a definite direction, and you know the themes that Victor Frankenstein is the monster, and then this
he's the true monster.
Yeah, he's the true monster,
not the creature.
He's playing with death. The whole idea is he creates this monster, realizes the monster's a moron, and decides that he needs to start over and tries to kill the monster, which sets up the conflict of the 3rd act. But Oscar Isaacs gives an exceptional performance. I think the true star here is Jacob Elordi as the monster. Mia Goth is okay. She plays her role well. But look, if Guillermo del Toro can win with The Shape of Water, he's going to win with this. And this is 100% a Guillermo del Toro movie.
So it's
beautiful.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just beautiful. And if anything, he captures the emotional tone of this story very well. And so, yeah, I think, like I said, it's not my favorite movie of the year, but it definitely checks all the boxes when it comes to what it takes to win an Oscar for Best Picture. Well,
it reminds me, first of all, I cannot wait to see this. And this week, I don't think you and I have seen any of the same movies.
No, we
Next
haven't.
week, we'll correct that. But it was a week with a lot of things coming out, and we saw different things. But so it's a sympathetic monster, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
Young Frankenstein, we had a sympathetic monster.
Yeah, true. But and you feel sympathy for the monster, but I think some of the interpretations of Frankenstein, where they just purely make him a horrifying creature. I don't like. One of my favorite was a TV movie, 2-part TV movie from the 70s called Frankenstein: The True Story. Michael Sarrazin plays the monster, and that I've never seen a version of Frankenstein that blew me away more than that. It's, I believe, free on Prime Video, Amazon Prime. Look up Frankenstein: The True Story. Michael Sarrazin plays the monster. And the thing they did differently was when he is reanimated, he's actually beautiful. He's actually this handsome, beautiful man who tries to integrate into high society, but he begins to decay because he's dead, then reanimated. So they look at it, they look at things, they take the story differently. This seems to take elements of that from what I see.
Yeah.
So
look, the biggest thing, I think the big winner in this movie is the production design. It is a gorgeous movie. It is world building. It's immersive. The lab, I mean, come on, Guillermo del Toro. He has a vision for these things and he executed it well. Brilliantly.
So you're saying not only is Frankenstein really good, it's contender for Best Picture.
Absolutely. I don't.
Oh my God. We may have, between Weapons, Sinners, Frankenstein, more horror films in as Best Picture nominees.
I mean, F1
year ever.
F1 is the only non-horror on the list so far.
Yeah. Well,
but look, the Academy has to pick 10 movies. You know, we just gave you 5 at the moment. The other thing is, this movie is not woke in any way whatsoever.
Right.
It's just a straight telling. You know, it's like with the exception of Oscar Isaac, you know, it's cast to the story, and you know, Oscar's a Spaniard, so you know, technically he's white.
Okay, so you give it a strong recommend.
Strong recommend. I think November 7th. I'm sorry, October 17th. What does that mean? It's select theaters. It's already
in select theaters. It's very limited release. I can't find it playing anywhere near me.
Yeah, I mean, I had to see it. It was the closing night movie of the Newport Beach Film Festival, so that's how I got to see it.
All right, so there you go. Strong recommend. Not only a strong recommend, Best Picture potential. Let's go to comments.
ADL's 24, a rare film that Netflix funded and was fairly hands-off in the creative production process. No wonder Guillermo del Toro does all his films in Toronto, away from the prying eyes and hands of Hollywood. Del Toro proved that he doesn't need oversight on his movies.
No, he does not.
All right, rated M for 499. Off topic, caught a clip of Luc Besson's Dogman movie of 2023. Looks interesting. Have you seen it? Thoughts? It seems woke, but not in a bad way.
I did see Dogman. I did not like it. It's actually kind of. I really did not enjoy it. I love Luc Besson, but yeah, I did see Dogman. It was very weird, and came out at a weird time too. But I don't know. Check it out for yourself.
Yeah, if it's free.
Mileage may vary. Mileage may vary.
Rudy for 2. Love the book. Is it a proper adaptation? I think it's the most closely. It's the version that most follows the book than any other. But my understanding is, obviously, there's some liberties taken in order to tell a coherent story.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right, Diana, that's good to hear. I've always wanted to see a more faithful film adaptation. There have been some good ones on stage. Don Mack, Kristen Allen sounds more like Phil Hartman's Frankenstein than Forrest.
Friend, fire.
Tonto, Frankenstein, and
what are we doing?
I'm talking about Saturday Night Live. Ending. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, are there more comments?
No, it looks like no. This is
Oh,
for
one more came in.
one
Sorry
movie
about
you're gonna
that.
do.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
this is for the movie you're gonna do.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
We're
Get 'em
gonna
up.
review that later if we get to it. We only have 20 minutes left. I'm sorry, Gamer Gramps. We will review that, but Gamer Gramps for 5. Here's your Oscar bait. Tina Romero's Queens of the Dead. Enjoy. I saw it. I did see it. You know what? I can review it right now.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Queens of the Dead is from director Tina Romero. It's a gay dead zombie movie. That's right.
And we've been asking for it, by the way.
It's super gay. Tina Romero, yes, is George Romero's daughter. Katie M. O'Brien plays Dre, and she's gay. And she's a DJ at a club. There are drag queens. There are trans characters. There is every version of gay all day that you could jam in a movie. It's a gay orgy of characters. I think there's one straight guy in the movie, and he does the plumbing at the club. Margaret Cho is in it as well. She plays a badass in the film. And look, this is less a horror movie. It's a comedy that kind of plays on the tropes of zombie movies. So there's a zombie outbreak. The city's going crazy. It's during this club is like make or break. We got to make money with the club. We got drag queens coming. People are on social media promoting their drag performances. I'm sure there are a lot of famous drag performers in this. I could name one of them, but this has the distinction of being the most fabulous zombie movie ever made. Emphasis on the comedy, I gotta say. I mean, there are lines in the movie, like one of the characters gets her leg kind of chopped, and she says, "Oh, I've got an axe wound." And one of the trans characters says, like, "Well, stop bragging." You might need to think about that one first. She has an axe wound. She has an actual axe wound and says, "I've got an axe wound," and says, "Oh, stop bragging." Like lines like that just go off the top. It makes fun of the tropes. You know, if you get bit, you'll turn into a zombie. It's Tom Savini does a cameo in the film as the mayor of New York. The saving grace of this movie is it doesn't take itself too seriously. And I can't say I've not been entertained. That's a double negative. I have gone to drag queen brunch at Hamburger Mary's on Santa Monica, and it's effing fun. Raunchy humor. You're having brunch. They give away prizes. It's a good time. I'm someone I will say I don't think drag shows are for kids. I just think you keep the kids out of it. But I have been entertained. One of the famous drag queens of all time is one of my favorite actors, Glenn Milstead, who played Divine. So this is an over the top. If being gay is like, let's see if you're gay at a 10. This is gay at like a 25. Everything about the film, and it doesn't care. I don't think the movie had a really huge budget. I mean, I'm sure it was made for, I'm not saying it looked low budget. I'm saying it's not a enormous budget. It's a tight hour, 39 minutes. And look, if you want a gay zombie comedy, it's the #1 gay zombie comedy of the year, directed by the daughter, Tina Romero of George Romero. It's a loving tribute to the genre while also being a comedy. And it's a recommendation with a warning. If you think you would like this, a gay zombie comedy, yeah, then you should see it. If you don't think you'd like it, you're right. You probably won't like it. So, but because I have an affection for John Waters films, it's that level of humor. And what I mean by that is there are parts of this movie that are intentionally bad. And like it's like we know this is bad. We're not trying to be real here. And look, lots of characters die or transform. So you know, you get the title, it lives up to the title. So make
You're
of
saying
that
we'll
what
have
you-
a gay old time.
you will have a gay old time, not in the Flintstone sense, in the super gay drag queen sense. But if that's not for you, it's a pass. Let's go to comments.
Danny Kitch. That movie sounds like such a drag. Oliver LeVary Farag. Is this the gayest version of Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah, and I love Shaun of the Dead. It's a comedy, but also heartfelt. But yeah, it's like, look, you know what you're getting. It's called Queens of the Dead.
Yeah, there's no bait and switch.
Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy, queer eye for the dead guy. Mm.
And look, as a final comment, I'll just say, it's if you're gonna make a movie that's gay, that's what this is. It's not like, wait, okay, funny is funny, Royston S.
Yep.
Bailey. Yeah. But this is like a specific shade of humor. Like blue eyeshadow.
Better than
Or
Bros.
Pink sparkly eyeshadow. It's like, this is what I've been saying. They made that movie Bros for $50 million. And even gay people did not want to see it. One of our gay reviewers was like, I don't want to see that movie. So this movie went full gay and made it on a small budget. That's what you do, and I'm sure the audience that will go to see it in West Hollywood will love it. That one will be great with an audience. So there you go. All right, Alan, you saw a film I did not see.
Yes.
House of Dynamite. What exactly is House of Dynamite?
All right. Well, this is a Netflix movie. Yeah, I guess it's in theaters now, but it's on Netflix today. Directed by Catherine Bigelow and written by Noah Oppenheim. Okay, so the basic plot is one day the world wakes up and there's a nuclear missile headed to Chicago. In fact, it's a direct shot and there's no hope. Basically, the movie repeats the same 20 minutes 3 times from 3 different perspectives. It starts by opening up with we're at NORAD. We have these soldiers seeing this. Then we go to Washington, D.C. Rebecca Ferguson is kind of in charge of special ops here. And the first act is really about the officers at NORAD trying to shoot down the missile with anti-missile technology, and it fails. And so now we all live with the ramifications of that. The second one then looks at the president's cabinet, the CIA, military, and the discussions that going on as this missile heads towards Chicago. And then the third act follows the president, which ironically, Idris Elba can't play James Bond, but he can play the U.S. president.
Right.
And so it takes it from the president's angle, and so it's like the day after, where we look at a situation and we look at it from different angles. This basically world-ending event, and we replay it 3 times. My issue with this movie is for movies like this to work, you have to buy into the plot. And for me, the issue is I didn't necessarily buy into the plot, because the biggest point of this event is that not only is there a missile headed toward Chicago, no one knows where it came from. No one knows who launched it. Was it Russia? Was it China? Was it North Korea? And so you have to buy into that, because, and to me, that's a big hurdle to get over, because are we really at a point in our surveillance and in our technology where we can't figure out the origins of a nuclear missile? And so and it's all because that plays into the intrigue. Because, well, if we don't know who did it, who do we attack next? So a bomb hits Chicago. Well, we got to retaliate. We're going after North Korea. We're going after Russia. And and how, or do we sit back and just take it? And those are the kind of issues that are brought in. But for me, it's like, well, all that discussion is great, but again, how is it that we don't know where this missile came from? Is that really a possibility? One thing I really appreciate, though, is Catherine Bigelow's approach to it, because if this movie was made 50 years ago in the 80s, when this really mattered, you have all these men at the command, and they're emotionless. They're there to solve the problem and deal with it. But here, because it's today, it's a much more diverse military.
So people cry. Do men cry?
Well, look, it's diverse, so I think the men pretty much, they fall into the trope of, hey, I got to be strong. I'm not going to show emotion. The women, on the other hand, they show us the emotion of the situation, and we see a lot of emotion. Well, and a lot of emoting throughout this film.
Movie really interests me from the political intrigue part. How does it handle that? I love the concept.
Right. No, I told you the biggest story. You have to buy the fact that they can't figure out who this was sent from in order to buy the entire movie. And to me, that's where I kind of, it was just very hard for me to get into it in that fact, because it's a small plot point, but to me, I'm the kind of guy who needs that authenticity. And when you don't have it, everything that happens from that point just feels suspect.
So, and do you recommend it? It's on Netflix today.
Yeah,
and it's on Netflix
if it intrigues you, yeah. But for me, it's like, I saw it, I'm done. I'm never going to see this movie again.
So, bear recommend or pass?
If it interests you, watch it. But for most people, I don't think you're going to be interested in this. Let's go to comments. All right, Patrick Lemire. Finally, Chicago gets cleaned up. Oh my God. Catherine Bigelow, famously the sister of Deuce. Nice. Christopher Ortiz saw Dynamite in theater, packed, great film. More films like this in the theater. Yes. Yeah.
And we have one more thing we'll review today. And then we have an interview with William Shockley coming up. William's waiting in our digital green room. Hey, William, we'll get to you shortly. And then Alan is going to leave at the top of the hour, and I will conduct the interview by myself. And that's cool. And all the other movies, Begonia, Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere, Hedda, John Candy, I Like Me. We'll get to those next week. I promise. I'll give you real quick. Begonia, amazing. One of my favorites of the year. Begonia, one of my favorites. I can't wait to talk about it. I need to talk about it with Alan. Yeah. It's limited now, opens wide next week. Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. Not a Springsteen fan. Do not love him. I do not. Guess what? Really like this movie. Really did. Jeremy Allen White, great performance. Hedda, Tessa Thompson, stars in this. Directed by Nia DaCosta. You know what? I could not get into this movie. That's a hard pass for me. John Candy, I Like Me. Haven't seen it. Don't want to cry in front of anyone. I'll watch it next week. But I did see the first episode of It, Welcome to Derry, directed by Flash director and It chapter, the It film, Andy Muschietti. And it's I guess you could say it's a prequel to the It films set in Derry in 1962. And I am told, because I was allowed to attend an early screening, I should stay completely away from spoilers. I'll speak about it broadly. It's this Sunday on HBO Max. The series kicks off 8 episodes, hour-long episodes. Saw the first episode, really captures that early 60s feel. We meet a group of kids they are, let's just say this, in peril from something that hasn't quite revealed itself. We have promises that we will learn the origins of Pennywise, or why this entity chose to take on the persona of a clown. That will be in the upcoming series. We saw a little preview of what's coming up in the show. And I loved this. The kids that they cast, without going into detail on the types, some of the best acting from kids I've seen. The casting in the show is fantastic. Also, the first episode sets up a lot of conflicts. There is a major in the film that will end up being the ancestor of one of the characters from the It films. And there's another character that ends up becoming there's another character in the show that ends up becoming someone from The Shining. This is like a Stephen, if you're into Stephen King books and film and all, it's like a lot of lore from Stephen King.
The SKU, basically.
Yeah. And yeah, the SKU. Stephen King universe. I really love this first episode. One of the things that bugs me is I'm not going to do any real spoilers, just talk about tone and impressions. The kids were so solid, and Andy Muschietti did do a reference. One of the characters is reading a Flash comic book. Then you see him later reading a Batman comic book with Clayface on the cover. A little wink. He's supposed to do Batman Brave and the Bold, so we'll see. And there's this black major. He goes in and he meets the soldiers under him. One of them, a white guy, won't salute him, and his name is Masters. I kind of groaned. It's a little on the nose. And while the first episode kind of like steers clear of any sort of identity or wokeness, you can see where things are going by the end. So while the first episode I loved, was like, this is really good, there's something that happens at the end where you go, oh no, this is a different kind of show than I thought it was. And I can't talk about it. We will talk about it Monday on Versus, because I really want people to see it. Alan, you need to see it. It's 1 hour, 50 minutes of your time.
All right. I'll see the first episode.
See the first episode, because we need to discuss what there was a decision made in the first episode that happens at the very end that just, I was like, okay, that's where you're going. All right. So, but I got to say, love the first episode. I will see the second and where they take it, but my gut tells me, having attended a press conference for this, it doesn't look good. Well, in fact, one of the actors, they all talked about, all the actors, not Andy, the director, and his sister was there, who was a producer. And I actually like Andy Muschietti. I think as a director, once you see this, the guy's the real deal. Okay. He's the real deal, but the actors are just so kind of full of themselves. One of the actors,
they're theater kids, aren't they?
They're theater. Yeah. And one of the actors, who's a character that comes in episode 2, was like, talked about how we're on the land, the stolen land of the Tonga there and I was like, I just groaned and looked over like, this show's the actors convinced me the show will be bad. But Andy, the director, wants, like, I feel like a lot of filmmakers in Hollywood, they kind of like play the game and they kind of stay silent. Like, look, I want to work and on the directing scale, the opening sequence that's like 10 minutes where we follow one of the characters is so good in tone. It's some of the best acting from young actors I've seen. I can't remember. So good. So strong recommend to watch the first episode, and then we'll talk about it on Monday. Let's go to comments, and then we have our interview.
Yes, from Danielson for $4.99. Green Lantern trailer, Lee coming. next month. Don't know what date, though. Carping to my brother-in-law that works for HBO.
We'll find out soon. Thank you, Daniel-san. That could have potential.
Oliver Laveri Farag for 5 British pounds. I Like Me is brilliant. Like Music by John Williams was one of the best movies of 2024. This film is going to be one of the best films 2025.
We need to watch it. Alan, we will watch it and review it next week. And all the films we did not get to, Begonia, Springsteen, Hedda, John Candy, we will review next week because nothing is opening next week. Look, I mean, unbelievable.
No. Lesbian Space Princesses.
We will have a review of that movie. We're going to review everything next week. And I want people to go see Begonia so we can talk about the ending. We'll do a spoiler review of Begonia after you've seen it, Alan. Alan, you have to leave.
Yes, I do.
Hey, I will see you in a few hours.
Yeah. And then I will be at the AFI Film Festival this weekend. So
yes, well, hopefully we'll see each other. I'll see you today. Hopefully we're sitting at the same table.
Yeah. And then yep. I'm watching the musical that's being at AFI tomorrow. So you'll catch me there for sure.
Cool. So all right. Well, thanks, Alan. Take care and talk to you later.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hate everything.
There you go. Okay. Hey. What can you say? Hey, we like to talk to indie filmmakers. Long Shadows director is here, William Shockley. He's going to tell us all about his new film. Let's talk to him. Hey, William. Thanks. How you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you, Chris.
Oh, you're not hearing me. Oh, man. Oh. Should I intro you again? Why don't you leave and come back? This is the second week in a row this has happened. I have no idea what's going on. Leave and come back.
You, Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You probably need to leave and come back. Oh, chat. Oh, this sucks. All right. William, please leave and come back. Jim, can you tell him to leave and come back? And I don't know why this happened. So I'm just gonna he's got to come back. In the meantime, let's watch the trailer for Long Shadows. I'm gonna put this on right now. This is let's actually watch the trailer for this film because it's a Western and I like Westerns. So we're going to watch the trailer here and then we'll see if William comes back and tell us about it. All right. Here's the trailer for Long Shadows.
Welcome to Purgatory.
My mom and Paul were killed by horse thieves.
You carry sorrow, a mile deep.
I had a feeling you'd be back one day. Sorry what happened to your folks.
6 years I've been thinking about coming back here.
Might be time for the Mexican to earn some bread and honey.
Marcus, do you want company?
You don't have to do that.
Hey, you! Find her.
What that gang did to him? He's fighting demons.
They all fighting demons, Wesley.
I saw the man who killed my pa.
How can you be so sure?
I'll never forget his face.
Calling a man out ain't a halfway game.
You don't teach me how to draw?
It's kill or be killed. They're asking for the grave.
Told you to find them. I hope I will see you again.
Marcus Dollar must and will stand trial for murder.
I'm trying to steer you clear from winding up like me. The more you take, the more it haunts you.
Good and evil walk hand in hand. In the end, goodness must lead the way.
God had nothing to do with it.
Remember?
Nice. In theaters September 26th. Let's bring on director William Shockley. How are you, sir?
Hey, Chris. Great. How are you?
Oh, great. Oh, you can hear me now.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
technology.
It's all good, my man. I am, yeah. Tell us about Long Shadows. Dermot Mulroney, I'm a fan. Love him, seeing him pop up in things. Tell us about this film and are Westerns making a comeback?
Well,
Tell us about the film first.
I think, well, Long Shadows, it's been a journey. And Dermot Mulroney, I love him. He was so great in the film. We're actually in theaters November 7. That was
good.
Yeah, coming out just in a few days. So, but it's a great movie. It's it's a journey of redemption. It's a second chance at life and love. It's good over evil. It has a lot of the traditional Western motifs, but I dare say that our twist has never been seen in a Western before. So I can say that with confidence, Chris. I'll bet you whatever, a can of beer, a glass of wine, or a hot dog and a hamburger. Our twist is unique under this genre. You know?
Well, we've got like 1,800 people watching live. Let's see. We'll get some questions from our chat, but I think Westerns are making a comeback. We have reviewed more Westerns on this channel this year than all the previous years we've been doing this. In fact, we added a category at our awards event, Award This, Best Western. There were so many Westerns being made. Why is the genre coming back?
Well, I think there's the Western. I've done a lot of Westerns in my career, on camera and now behind the camera. There's such an honesty to that period of American history. And it's simple, but it's incredibly complicated. I mean, the pioneers that went west, there's such a brutal quality to that time in our history, but such a beautiful quality. And I think that type of storytelling resonates. I mean, it's been resonating since the first Western was made. It's still resonating today. Taylor Sheridan's proving that in television with his brilliant, 1883, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill. So I think people are hungry for, and maybe always have been hungry for, authentic, pure storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, the classic Westerns were very black and white. What I like about the newer Westerns I've seen, things are more shades of gray. There are evil people in all places, and there's morally gray on all sides. And it's an interesting reevaluation of the genre. And I'm saying I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Long Shadows, case in point, I wanted it to feel like more of a European period piece. I didn't want to make a dirt Western. I was very obsessed with the score, classically inspired. Tommy Fields, our composer, did a brilliant job. The costume design, I wanted lush and elegant. The production design, I wanted specific and beautiful and to the period itself. So I think we accomplished that as well in spades.
We have a lot of questions from our chat. Let's get them. We'll just go around here. Caveat Ties, how did you gather the crew?
The crew, great question. We shot in Tucson, Arizona, and I've been going to Arizona for maybe 15 years, making films and music videos. So I had probably 80% of the crew were my friends, from Paula Rogers, costume, Daniel King, production design, Justin Kreinbrink, producer, Aaron Araza, gaffer, down the line, the camera department, AJ Ritano, cinematographer. So I gathered my friends, and they happened to be really talented artists in addition to being great friends. So there was just a beautiful camaraderie going into pre-production and production that you can't buy. You can't buy history, and you can't buy friendship.
Red Hulk 05 says Westerns have so many stories to tell. Dutch McCullen, was that Bruce Campbell giving a thumbs up? Wasn't on screen very long.
Don't know.
In the trailer.
Oh, great. Didn't see the thumbs up.
Fletcher Williams, I Suck at Games channel. The movie looks great. What kind of color filters did you use?
Gosh. Well, I wish I had AJ Rotano sitting here next to me, my wizard of a brother, the cinematographer. We shot on red, but we had a really great colorist in Tara Kreinbrink. And so, you know, a great color timing can bring it to life.
And the nerd far away says, "Hail, Mr. Shockley. What do you look for when hiring your design team, costumes, and sets?"
I look for specific talent. Paula Rogers, costume designer. She's been my friend for a long time, and she actually specializes in the Western genre, so that was important. So you know, I look for talented artists that I think can bring it to life.
So there are specialists that's like they know the Western genre. I mean, I'm obsessed when I see like new photos surface of the Old West, like authentic. This is what people really looked like. Not only their faces, but what they wore. And it's interesting to see that.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, does a man wear a hat on Sunday? What kind of hat would a man wear on Sunday in the 1800s? And it's all very, very specific. I mean, even the undergarments for women, you know, even though you don't see them on camera, the costumer, the designer will want that, so the actress will feel that. So It's all very specific.
And Aid Ellis, 24, you were able to cast screen legend Jacqueline Bisset. What was that process like, and what did her experience offer both to the role yourself and other actors she worked with?
Yeah, Jacqueline Bisset, she is a legend. She was brilliant. She read the script and honestly offered so many great notes on her character, which we incorporated. She was a joy to work with. She came to the set, I mean, cocked and loaded. She's very specific. she's a pro, and she wanted to excel in all levels. She and Sarah Cortez just worked and worked and worked in their scenes together. She and Dominic Monaghan were beautiful together, and she's a delight to be around. She's a beautiful, lovely lady.
Well, the movie Long Shadows comes out November 7th in theaters. I assume VOD shortly after. William, thank you and also, by the way, technical issues happen on film sets. It happens. It happens.
It happens.
You got to roll with the punches.
You know, if we were sitting on horses out on the Great Plains, we wouldn't have those problems.
Yeah, exactly. William, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and come back when you make your next film. I appreciate it.
I will. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Take care. See ya.
Bye-bye.
And that's going to wrap it up for us today. Thank you so much for joining me. Reminder to people, we'll be back next week. Versus on Monday, we'll talk about It, Welcome to Derry. Next week, we will get to full reviews of the movies we missed. Some are in limited release and not really, in theaters and wide release. So that gives you a chance to see it. Thanks to our mod, MK Solid, Lord Thoth. Thank you both. Atomic Lori, Glenn Uccio. I want to remind you to go watch the trailer for the Film Thread 7th annual award. The trailer is out. Our theme, the Oscars can suck it. That's right. The Oscars can suck it. And because we do our own award show. So there you go. And we'll see you next week. Alan had to leave early. And so there we are. And we'll leave it there. And Alan, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, let's get out of here.